Hi, hello, how's it going? My name is Liz, and you're watching for Booking Out Loud. So let's just get it out of the way. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothing, and yes, this is the same exact spot. I'm filming my TBR for October, the same day, same time, same place as I filmed my September wrap-up. So that's just life. Please bear with me. It happens. So this month I am doing my TBR in a very interesting way, I guess. I want to do, or I guess start 2 readathons. And so I'm going to be filming 2 TBRs for those readathons. So this video in particular won't have those books for those TBRs in them. So there's still going to be a lot in here, I guess, because apparently I'm reading a lot a month. Yay. But this TBR video in particular is going to be books that I was going to read anyway, regardless of those readathons, and books that I'm going to be getting from my local library anyway. Yay. Actually, let's just get it out of the way. I'm starting the Sherlockathon from October 19th to November 15th, so it's a month-long readathon that starts in October. Really excited for that one. You'll hear about it later. And then I'm also doing the Horror-a-thon starting October 25th to October 31st. Really excited for that one. Once again, doing a separate video for that. These books are solely just for the fun of it, my reading pleasure. Sure, let's go with that. Again, my computer is right there. I read a lot. I take notes. It's what I do. Yay. So for the library, I am getting Supermaker by Jaime Schmidt. It's a non-fiction self-help book, I guess. I know. You know those natural deodorant commercials that have been popping up everywhere? This woman started that company from, I think, her kitchen, and this is kind of her story on how she's gotten so big and her struggle and success through that, and I just found it kind of interesting, and I want to read more about it. I'm getting that book this month from my library. It just came out, so I want to read it, and I'm going to. The next book that is on my list is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I have been seeing this all over BookTube, and I've been waiting about 12 weeks for it in the library, and it's finally coming to me in about 1 week. So I will be reading that this month. I believe it is about Snow from the Hunger Games trilogy. I don't know. I know it's a prequel for the Hunger Games. That's all I really needed to know to request it from my library. It's a free book. It sounds exciting, and it's from a series that I've read. That's all I need to request something from the library. I just am a simple person. What can I say? And the next book that is coming to me in about 2 weeks is called Clown in a Cornfield by Cesare. I've heard it's a good horror novel. I saw it could come to me sometime in October. What better way to get in a spooky mood than a horror novel? So I said yes to it. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at doing TBRs. I don't know too much about books before they come unless I'm really researched in them. But that one's coming to me and I want to read it. And then the last book that should be reaching me this month from my library is called Medical Apartheid by Harriet A. Washington. From my understanding, it's really about the United States medical system and how it is a racist system. And again, that's all I needed to know before I hit hold. I want to read it and I want to know more about what it's about and that author's perspective, just to learn more. So, like I said in my September wrap-up video, I didn't really do a good job of reading Stephen King this past month. I wanted to read a lot more than I ended up reading. However, this month I have plans. It is October. There's no better month to binge a ton of Stephen King, and it is going to happen. So the first book I want to get done, and I did actually start it in September, is the Bachman books. It is a series of 4 novellas, really novels as I started to read it, from Stephen King when he was writing as Richard Bachman. You have Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. I have so far read Rage and The Long Walk, and I am going to finish Roadwork and The Running Man in October. And then I'll talk about all 4 of them. But this thing will get done. I'm also going to finish Thinner, like I said I was going to finish last month. Also a Richard Bachman Stephen King book. It's going to happen. It's about a guy runs over a gypsy. She curses him right before she dies to basically consume himself. A great premise for a spooky story. It will get done. It's thin. It can happen. Like I said last month too, I was going to read Dr. Sleep, which is the story, truly the sequel of The Shining, where Jake, the young boy in The Shining, is now an adult. And it's also pretty hefty, but I wanted to read it last month. It will be read this month instead. And then my big project for this month, Stephen King wise, It. I have watched at least the most recent movies, part 1 and part 2. I actually really enjoyed it. More part 1 than part 2. Never read the book. One of Stephen King's longer books. I have the audio. I clearly have the book. This is my project this month. It will happen. And on the front of the Dark Tower series, I want to finish that this month. I want to read the final book in the series, dubbed The Dark Tower. It's number 7. I want to get it done. And then I never have to speak of it again. So talking about series I want to start, complete, continue, what have you, I'm in the middle of the Witcher series, and I want to continue on with that and read Baptism of Fire. I hope I can get it from the library this month. We'll see. It's been ordered. I don't know. It's been taking a while to get there. I thought I was going to get it last month, and then who's ever reading it right now is taking a very long time to return it. And then also I want to finish the World of Howl series by Diana Wynne Jones. The last book in the trilogy is The House of Many Ways. It's a trilogy, it's the last book. That's all I really know about it. Hoping there's more Sophie than the sequel. It's going to be a fast read. It's a children's fantasy novel. And it will be pretty uplifting as I read it. Yeah. And then going on from that, I have the 3 books of Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan, Gods of Asgard. Oh, Magnus Chase and the God of Asgard series by Rick Riordan. I have that first book, The Sword of Summer. The second book is the Hammer of Thor. And the third book is The Ship of the Dead. From my understanding, I think Magnus Chase is the son of Thor. I'm not sure, but I will find out. Now, this is Riordan's series on the Norse gods, if that wasn't obvious by some of the titles. I'm excited to read it. I think I've already read the first one. I mean, looking at it, it sounds very familiar. I'm pretty confident I know what happens in the book, so I don't know how I could know if I haven't read it. So if I did, it probably happened when it first came out. So it'll be a reread for me. And then I'll be reading these 2 for the first time. So excited about that. And then I'm going to start the Trial of Apollo series. And this is Riordan's newest series. It is about Apollo falling from grace, the god Apollo, you know, the god of medicine, sun, the twin of Artemis, or Archimedes, whichever you prefer. But he falls from grace and becomes mortal. And now he is, I think, what you'd consider a half-blood in this world. So you go back to Camp Half-Blood, which is where the story of Percy Jackson and the Olympians and the Heroes of Olympus series took place. And now you have Apollo as the main protagonist. The Hidden Oracle is the first one. The Book of Prophecy, The Burning Maze, Tyrant's Tomb, and the last book in this series is coming out October 6th, and it's The Tower of Nero. And that's actually the reason why I'm doing this whole read of Riordan books, because I just kind of want to get caught up as this new series is finishing up. I imagine he's gonna write a whole new series and come out with it after this, but at least now I will know what my students are talking about when they mention this series. All right, so that is my fun TBR, I guess, for October. Not that the readathons aren't going to be super fun, because they are. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this content, I post every Tuesdays and Fridays. And just be safe and enjoy your wonderful October, I hope. Bye. It's a pretty hefty guy. The song, I mean, look at that. I just noticed that. Red rum. You see, Shining sequel. It's gonna make a mess. That's what I'm gonna do.